there, Scorpio, how are you guys doing? I really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome to your weekly reading. Back with me again, Anisa from the Inner Stereo. For those of you who are in my channel, hello, and for those of you who have been here a long time, welcome back. Looking good. I'm Scorpio, looking good. This week I think is gonna look quite good for you. And you have the King of Wands as the overall energy, alright? So we're going to be doing a pick card reading by the end of the session. It's going to be how do they feel about you, not really a future in-depth or advice card. Don't forget this. We're probably going to be doing that in the next week. Don't forget to check your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign. Me personally, I realized that with my readings, I resonate a lot more with my Venus sign rather than my rising sign or my moon sign or what have you. So you might want to check that one out. And this is a general reading, so the rules may get reversed, alright? Very interesting. So you know what? I think this week of November, you guys are going to get the clarity that you've been looking for, and whatever information that you're going to be getting is actually going to kind of like free you away from the mental entrapment that you guys have been feeling, and then you're going to have like a lot of tons and tons of attentions from other people. You're going to be a lot more social than usual. You're going to have a reason to celebrate. You're going to have that feel-good moment, and then you're also going to have that moment where you feel that, you know what, I think I need to kind of like make a vision board. I need to make a plan to how to go about my life independently, with or without somebody. So you're kind of like doing that, and then you also want to share this plan that you have for your life with other people. But what is the overall challenge in here? You have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So there has been like a little bit of a stunted growth from somebody that it's either your past person or somebody that you believe it has like a twin flame relationship or a soulmate connections to it. There's a stunted growth with this person. And you cannot really get a read on this person because this person sometimes goes hot and sometimes goes cold. You know, you see here with the Knight of Cups and Page of Swords. So there are often times in the past where this person show you their undying declarations of love, but also at the same time, you also see them being highly criticizing of you or just being really, really cold. Or trying to stand up, like this is what they're thinking. They're trying to stand up for themselves. So they do not agree with a certain decisions that you've made, because you have a full card there. You wanted to experience something new and they don't really agree to that. I love the fact that in the past you guys were focusing a lot on self-love. You know, it's very you-centered. Because you're done living in a period where you're kind of like juggling things up and trying to make sense of everything. And this person noticed that you are becoming more and more secure with yourself. They kind of love that fact about you, but also at the same time they don't. It's a very, very principled thing. Four of Cups. So now you're noticing that whoever it is that you're dealing with, this person is kind of like distancing themselves away from you just a little bit and not really letting you in. The reason for that is because this person is overwhelmed with their life. They're overwhelmed with their life. You know, things are not really looking really, really great with their life right now. I think they needed like a little bit of a space. You have a tendency to want to do something about it. You know, you have the Ten of Wands. They're pretty overwhelmed right now. This is the top. I mean, they have a Page of Swords. So, you know, the Page of Swords is like the orphan of the deck, right? So they are used to living independently on their own to survive, and whenever a problem hits them, like for instance in life or maybe in finances or in careers or in their families matters or what have you, they have a tendency to shut down. You want to help because that's your love language. You care about other people, right? As a Scorpio, you're kind of like protective over somebody. You really, really want to care for them, but it just kind of like going to lead them even more distance from you. I don't see any type of malintentions in here, Scorpio, but we'll see the pick card reading. But I feel that for the most of you, there is no ill will at all. But this type of situations is kind of like leaving you hanging and confused. What do you want to do about it? When somebody doesn't invest in you equally, go to their level. Because oftentimes, I notice this a lot, is that when somebody lower their investment or decreases their investment because maybe they need some space or there is something going on with their life, and then the other person starts to increase their investment, and then it becomes very much unstable. Whoever it is that you're dealing with, they just need some space. The love is still there. See? And they'll find it again in the future. They just need some space right now, Scorpio. Look at that. Beautiful. Because right now, all they need, but we'll see the big card reading, right? But for now, for the most of you, I feel that the reason why they're behaving the way they're behaving in it now is because they just needed some space. They're just being overwhelmed with life right now, And they do have a tendency to shut down every time there is a problem coming at them. But in the future, once they get everything sorted out, they'll remember what made them fall for you in the first place. They will become even more emotionally available for you guys in the future. Depending on the pick a card reading, okay? Because I do notice that sometimes the pick a card reading can go really, really bad. So once you get the pick card reading, I think you need to come back to here again, or just remember this. If the pick card reading ends up to be positive, all you gotta do with this person is just give them some space. I know it's very difficult. I have a Mars in Scorpio, right? Every time there's my loved ones dealing with something, I just have this urgency to want to help. But sometimes people just don't want our help. They just want us to listen to them without us even offering any type of advice at all. They just need somebody to listen and go home to. So if you have a positive pick a card reading, this person just needs some space, and this person is going to come back around in the future. However, if you have a negative pick a card reading and a really, really bad one, and you feel that you want to leave this relationship behind you, I feel that there's going to be an offer coming through for you in the future, either as a Gemini or Virgo or water sign person coming in your way, who is going to kind of like give you a promise of permanence. You will see this when you talk to them, that this person doesn't want to play around anymore and they just want to settle. This person is looking for somebody to settle down with, and then you're going to be like, oh wow, like now I finally found my match. But if your pick card reading turns out to be positive, you've already met your match. This person is serious about you, but they just need some time. All of those worries, all of those trust issues that you have, all of those, like, should I invest in here or should I not invest in here, and everything like that is going to disappear, because this person is then in the future, once you give them some space and once they sort it out, and anything that they're dealing with in and now, this person is going to come back strong. Even stronger than before, because before this person was like a little bit apprehensive of trusting you because they feel that there's some principle differences in here. But in the future, I feel that this person is going to make like, okay, you know what, like I think I want Scorpio. But that's only if you guys have a positive pick card reading, alright? Because this is a general reading, so it's not one size fit all. It's looking good, Scorpio, looking good, okay? So that is it if you guys are dealing with one person. I'm going to be putting a timestamp right over here to the pick card reading. And now we're going to move on to the two people scenarios, meaning that if you guys are only dealing with one person, your reading ends now, and now it's only for the people who are dealing with two people. Person A is somebody who you just has been really, really tired dealing with, because this person does like a lot of mind games. They probably followed like a YouTube coach, not the relationship coach, but you know, on YouTube they have this, you know, how to make a girl or woman crazy about you, or how to make a man crazy about you, and everything like that. They probably follow that, the unhealthy route. And you're kind of like quite tired about this. I think you block your heart chakras out, and then you're like, you know what, I want to be independent, I want to be free from this torture of the constant mental and emotional manipulations over and over again. So in the now, though, this person is shutting away, shutting down from you. Whatever, no matter what you do to them, they're not going to notice you at this very moment. And that, I think you notice this already now, because you're in the chariot. But the chariot in this particular deck of mine is a confused chariot, because she's kind of like confused. Which way should I go? Should I go to the dark road, or should I go to the light road? However, in the future, the thing is that this person has a tendency to string people along, because they have this FOMO, fear of missing out type of attitude. But then they would notice that among the pool of options that they have, you're the best, and they're going to act on it. And I feel that that's going to give you like a great, great feeling in the future, because they chose you. But I don't know, let's see, you know, like just go to the big card reading and know and see how do they feel about you, because I don't really like this type of thing, you know. Because you made them a priority where they're only making you as an option. I don't think it's fair, but you know, just look at the big card reading. Person B is somebody who, I need to clarify this one. Somebody who, this person loves you more than you do. And I feel that you notice this about this person. This person is way more emotionally healthy than person A. Way more. This person's love language would be either words of confirmations or physical touch. Likes to listen to you. This person is way more sensitive and emotional than person A. This person is willing to do anything for you, though, because they have the Knight of Pentacles as a sign of Mars and Virgo. Even if you were to come to them with your problems, they're going to be very, very willing to help. They're very dependable, Scorpio, to be honest with you. In the future, they're going to be even more emotionally available to you, and I feel that all the trust issues that, you know, a Scorpio could have, this person was able to break those walls and make you completely trust them. Maybe not 100%, you know. Maybe like 80% trust them. But yeah, person A is actually good. Check the P card reading for person B is very good. Check the P card reading for person A. Because me personally, I don't like it. But I don't know about you. Alright, so now let's move on to the big card reading, you guys. Right, so now I have 4 piles of cards with me now. This is pile number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, this is pile number 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to give you guys 20 seconds of full silence so that you guys can concentrate. You could pick one pile of cards for one person. And so, for those of you who chose pile number 1, you have the 7 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, the Lovers, Judgment, and also the Queen of Pentacles. So let's see. Okay, to be honest with you, this person has already made decisions in their mind that you are the worthy person to settle down with. They know that they can trust you. They know that you're a good person, deep down inside and everything like that. However, there is some issues in this relationship, and then their ego is also getting in the way. I feel that there has been like a little bit of an argument, or you try to push them to do something or give something or whatever that is, and that kind of like made them a little bit in defense. And then you guys turn your back away from this relationship, or turn your backs away from this person, become in distance, detached, and cold, because you feel that, you know what, I've already invested so much in this relationship. I feel that it's my turn to, you know, get my return of investment. But something still sits with them. It kind of like hurts their ego, and then now what they're doing is basically like this Lover's card here. So this Lover's card, I have 2 lovers in this deck of mine. The first one is this one, where one person is still like a little bit shy to approach, like still waiting for the green light of the other person. And there is another one where the lover or the guy is already making a decision that, you know what, this is the love of my life, and there's no shy at all. Yeah. But this person, there is still that ego, there's still that principle thing that still gets in the way. So now they're trying to be as Saturnian as possible. So you might be dealing with an earth sign, you might be dealing with an Aquarius or Capricorn, or you might be dealing with Virgo or Gemini. So what they're doing right now is that they're just observing you carefully. Because this person has like a lot of ego, and there's like a little bit of a principle difference in here that they don't want to back down from. They're observing you quietly, and I would say in Indonesia we call it like jual mahal, means that you're selling it expensive or you're playing hard to get, if that makes sense. Are they into you? Yes, they are. Again, as I said, they already made a decisions that you're the one that has a good possibilities for them to settle down with, but they're not really going to show it because, again, as I said, there's like a little bit of ego and principle differences here that they don't want to back down from. And also, I don't know, they're afraid of getting embarrassed. They're afraid that you might reject them or ignore them or what have you. So now they're just playing like a little bit hard to get. They're not showing what's on the inside. They're just observing you in a little ways possible. Like your gestures, what you're writing. They're trying to analyze, because Lovers is a Mercury card, right? So they're trying to analyze every word, every gestures, every body language. If you guys are in no contact, this person is stalking you. And if you're telling me that, Anisa, I don't have a social media, how can they stalk you? Come on, guys, you're a Scorpio. I have a Mars in Scorpio. I don't need social media to stalk people. But yeah, they're not really showing all what they're actually feeling. So now let's move on to those of you who chose pile number 2. Oh my God. Page of Wands, right? 6 of Wands in reverse. 9 of Pentacles. Great. 7 of Swords. What are you doing with this person? I'm pretty sure your narcissistic radar went off with this person. You see, he or she is very insecure with themselves. They have very, very low self-esteem. And the only way that they cover that is by actually becoming this. So this person is very showy with how great they are, either with their gestures either with their behavior or with their words. Like, I'm great, I'm like this, I'm like that, this and that, this and that. This is only to cover their low self-esteem. It's exhausting to deal with this type of person because they will always regard themselves on a higher degree than you are. And they're not telling everything about themselves too. You know, all of this low self-esteem, being insecure with themselves, they're not that great, Scorpio. They're not telling you everything. I wouldn't say the Seven of Swords in here is a cheating behavior, although it might, like 25% of you might be dealing with somebody who's also like having like another person just so that they could cover up their insecurities, just because they're insecure, right? Because they have a low self-esteem, it's like a snake who needs their environment to warm them up. But to 75% of you, I feel that you guys are dealing with somebody who will always undermine you because they like to put themselves on a higher degree than you are. And what do they do that for, Anisa? Just to make themselves good. Because in reality, whenever they're alone, they feel shitty about themselves. On the surface, everything is good, the type of person who really cares about their reputations. But they're a totally different person when they're alone, or when they're alone with you. Especially if you guys have been dealing with this person for a very long time, you might be seeing a side of them that is 180 degree different than the one they're projecting to the public. There's no love in here, Scorpio. This type of people, to be honest with you, will only be in a relationship for somebody who is going to add value to them. Everything is always about what type of benefit can you bring to me? What added value can you bring to me? What can you do to build me up because I can't build myself up by myself? I'm not really liking this pile, to be honest with you, Scorpio, but now let's move on to pile number 3. 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords, Magician, the Chariot, and also the 2 of Pentacles. So what have you done? You messed this person's sleep schedule, because late at night they think about you a lot. And they have like a little bit of a hard time when it comes to reading you too. They're kind of like quite stressed out right now. If you guys have been in no contact period, little informations about you and everything like that really, really lift them up and cheer them up so much. Like, wow, I'm so excited, you know. You have that power to make them excited about themselves. And they're kind of like, you know, teaching themselves like new tricks or new knowledge about like relationship dynamic or like self-control, self-awareness and everything like that, just so that they could level up with you. This is really great. This is really great. They already made that decisions that they only want you and they're trying to study you like a book. Like they probably like look at your face and maybe like look at your sun sign, your astrological sign, and try to figure things out about you and everything like that. They're trying to study you so much because they really, really want to get with you. It's a bit stressful for them. It's kind of like very, very obsessive type of energy. But yeah, they really are into you. So now let's move on to pile number 4. So you have the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Devil, Page of Swords, and also the Fool card. What's funny is that in the beginning, this person didn't really take you seriously because, you know, it was just like flirting games and everything like that. But as time goes by, whoa, this person suddenly feel kind of like connected to you at some point, and they kind of like to question themselves, like, why am I so interested, or why am I so into Scorpio? Because in the beginning they didn't have that type of intentions. It was a very, very playful thing for them. They do have a little bit of a shadow side where they have like a little bit of a trust issues here with this Page of Swords and Devil card. They still do have like a tendency to kind of like flirt around, or like to get the attentions of, like, you know, somebody else, because they're like a little bit insecure. But I don't feel that it's just insecurity though. I feel that it's like, I'm not sure, should I give my heart away towards somebody? If they hurt me, what will I become? You know what I mean? Because there's this saying, right? Like, being in love with somebody is just like trusting somebody with a gun and trusting them not to shoot you in the heart. And that's kind of like exactly their philosophy. So now they're just trying to kind of like brave themselves up so they could take that giant leap of faith when it comes to dealing with you. But it kind of like struck them unexpectedly. You know what I mean? Alright, so I think that is it for my reading for you, Scorpio. I hope that you guys find tons and tons of clarity that you've been looking for, and I really do hope to see you guys next week for another weekly reading. Alright, bye-bye guys. Have a great day. I love you.